Hi, Caroline. It's going to be a bit of a strange video. I mean, I'd like to say it's great that you're feeling great in the new year and that you're kind of surprised that you feel great in the new year. I don't know why you're surprised, but okay, because we're not total contact, but it's great that we are connecting and doing certain videos together. Um, I have some news. I was wary of whether I'm going to share it with YouTube, but I will share it because it's part of my life. But my dog has just died, so I'm a bit upset. If that's what you're wondering, why aren't you so cheerful? Yes, it's because of that. And the reason I'm deciding to share this information is because I know that nobody who watches me, who I care about, is going to say anything shitty. The people that say shitty things to somebody who's upset about something like that, basically are not listened to and they're completely ignored at this stage. So my bottom line here is that to any of those people there, who one of them actually just replied to a comment I left on another video, and I deleted the comment. I'm really past that now. Any comments that come and anybody sending me videos on this person or anybody that is annoying and doesn't know when to go away and doesn't know when to shut the fuck up either. Let's be clear. You know, is going to be deleted on the site. I'm not at all interested. I mean, like, it's not even that I'm curious. I'm so just not interested anymore. You know, so for the whole, that snot up my nose, by the way, that's not a lie. You know, I'm just, I'm past that now. So, Kailan, I'm happy that you're also past your troubles and that, that you're able to enjoy yourself. And I really appreciate the video that you did. Now, I saw a comment there that Zan Elf did a reply video. I don't know whether it was the gender assignment cartoon video or not. Now, I'm going to the comments that I've gotten recently because there's actually a couple of comments that I want to comment on. Or people, sorry, that I want to comment on the level, and certain comments, that's true too. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Jill very much for commenting on many videos of mine, and yeah, that person also knows Kailana. I would warn you, Jill, if you're watching all my videos, I will warn you now that particular people that don't like us will come to you now and start giving you shit. Best plan is to block. Best plan is not to read their messages because they'll send you private messages which you can't block. Best thing, just click on the little box and then press delete. Eliminate whatever it is. Okay, kill it because it that person is only interested in killing your spirit because their spirit has left them a long time ago and they're still living, so they're like the living dead. So thank you very much, Jill, for your comments on many of my videos. um, and it all came from um, the boy who called his mother a whore and all that. As far as I know, that's where you came from. I'm not really sure. It could have been just from Kailana's channel. I'm not sure either exactly who you are, whatever, but I appreciate your comments seriously. And thanks very much for commenting essentially on the videos that you watched. Because your last comment, actually, I remember now, was talking about the most American citizens that are appalled by the fact that the American government. It's really the American military, to be honest with you. The American government is about. We won't get into that. The American government, you said, has been a world bully, and the American citizens are appalled by that. And so many soldiers have died in vain for a war that shouldn't have happened in the first place, such as the one against Iraq and Afghanistan. And to call it a war on terror, just to further the point, a war on terror, my ass. And also to further the point, a war on drugs, you must be joking me, you know. It's such a joke, and I don't think that your government as such is to blame. I think it's the system of government, it's the system of politics all over the world is the problem. Because the reality is, 8 years of Bush drove everybody mental, you know. watching a puppet um, be, being pulled on a string, and a lot of the string action was smirk, you know, and so much crap happened in 8 years there, you know, and so I wouldn't say it's government as such, because Obama is an angel sent from heaven on a level, you know. I mean, Jesus, anybody would do after Bush, you know, but you know, but the saddest thing about Bush being in power for 8 years, I mean, let's call him in power. He couldn't speak properly, you know. He was a puppet on a string. Let's be clear. It was just a test to see how dumbed down the world has become. And it is proven that we are generally all dumbed down, that, and also powerless, absolutely powerless. The connections between the people on the ground and the politicians that are on pedestals, right? And then the elite people who are actually the ones in control, all right, um, who are in the shadows, who are not seen, especially we hear them because of the moves they make to pressure society into being like meh, meh, you know, and that things just happen without our say so. You know, when it should be the people get to have what they want. It should be democracy, and most of the people in the world want peace. They want world peace. They don't want bombs. They don't want invasions of other countries. They don't want nuclear weapons and some fucking Egypt at some point pressing a red button and then all the missiles going all over the world and the whole world exploding because of one person's PMT situation, you know. And if they don't have PMT, it's because they've gone mad for a second. It only takes a second for somebody to go mad and then react on their madness and press that red button. That's all we need. So what I'm saying is that it. Look how you're getting me thinking here. It's great. And so I won't go on, all right. But Jill, I'll call you. Thank you very much for all your comments. And then I got a great comment from this person called Demon. I won't go into it, but talking about XXYs and um, talking about brown community. I presume that's gay community when you say the brown community, um, and like the sexual stuff basically to do with when people get interested in XXY. There's a lot of people that are interested on a sexual level, and that's absolutely true. I mean, so many people do get um, into fetishes. Well, I find it really hard to say that word, fetishes. God. Anyway, then we've got great people such as Zana Elf, um, who does mostly videos on, well, I wouldn't say mostly, but a lot of videos on UFOs and all that sort of stuff, and spirituality and stuff. And I really like that person. Um, and they just did a cartoon animation video, which made a lot of sense to me. Supposedly it didn't make a lot of sense to a lot of other people, but did to me. And so I appreciated the characters being the same, you know? And then I showed you my series of animation videos. I like them. Okay. What's this comment here? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. No, don't worry. So there you go. Um, and back there on the 30th of December 2011, yeah, I got a comment from My God, another one. I recommend everybody just doesn't bother going to that channel. It's he's known as a stalker on YouTube, and so I wouldn't even bother going there. I mean, imagine the 30th of December 2011, you'd bother coming in with some weird comment. I'm not even looking at the comment. I'm just looking at the general thing. Okay, forget it. And then 27th of December, 2 days after Christmas, XXY for Life comes in with a comment on a video called Annoying Gavin Jensen. So, very dodgy there. I'd avoid people like that, like the plague. I mean, don't get sick in the head, people, because certain people are sick in the head in the world. Um, Now, there's another person who sent me another message. Won't get into details here. How about that? Basically, this person, and I'm doing this in video. I'm going to keep you anonymous, so don't worry. Somebody who I know says that they went to their counselor basically and told them about their sexual feelings, and blah blah. And the counselor, let's get the sentence. Okay, well, I'm gonna quote you, right? But you said, I talked to him about my decision not to live a homosexual lifestyle because of lack of understanding and homophobia in society, especially in yeah, in the Eastern Hemisphere, which is where I was born. So that's all the information that these people have. Don't worry. He said you have internal homophobia. That means I'm a gay man who is phobic to his own sexuality. Um, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you're asking for advice, basically. And so I'm asking my YouTubers out there who are commenting at the moment to give advice. Like you, and so don't come in on this video. Is my point to you? Okay, stay out of this video. Don't put your, you know, or whatever. I don't know what to do there, but my advice to you is don't listen to your counselor on the levels of what you are. You know, whether you're homosexual, heterosexual, bisexual, trisexual, or asexual, whatever. You know, you don't need a word for what you are. You don't need to explain your sexuality to anybody. Who somebody likes to be intimate with is their own personal business, and having somebody coming along and labeling you as something is important for them but not for you. So my suggestions are, don't worry about your future sexual encounters with people, because it'll all just happen as it's going to happen. I mean, you've got to do something about it. Obviously, you can't just sit down and wait for lovers to come in to your life. You have to make moves. The whole thing about love and relationships and sex and everything is actually taking a risk to put yourself out there. And basically, the risk is about you might get rejected. I'm going to just check the amount of time I've gone on this. 13 minutes. Okay, good. Um, yeah, so best advice from me, if you're asking, is don't worry about with the fact that they say that you're homophobic, and they're basically saying that you're gay but you're homophobic as well. That's typical of many homophobes, that they're actually gay themselves. You know, most homophobes are actually penis bearers. Most vagina bearers are not homophobic. Most of them. Some of them are. But statistically, penis bearers are homophobic, and statistically, again, on top of that, most of them are actually curious about being with another man, another penis. Um, that's statistically a proven fact, and I agree with it. Because why else are they making an issue out of it? You know, so I wouldn't worry, because me being intersex, if I was to be gay, if I was to like other penises, let's say, um, and I went to my counselor, if I had one, but I did have counselors in my life. Don't worry. So I'm not trying to say that I'm much better or anything. But if I went to my counselor, do this in 30 seconds. If I went to my counselor and they told me what they told you, I'd basically tell my counselor, well, obviously you haven't a clue what you're talking about, and I need help to work myself out, my sexuality and who I'm interested in. Please help me, rather than telling me stuff like that, because that's just, sorry, but that's the counselor's information based on what they've learned and their experiences through their education, which is possibly wrong. That's my advice. Ciao.